Boom! Did I scare you? I'm just kidding. Pretty terrifying, am I right? Nah, but I was trying to make the ambience just exactly the same way as these two amazing analog horror series are going to be doing. But before we even start, we might need to talk to Future Me. Future Me, take it away. Hi, shameless YouTuber here. Just wanted to let you know that yes, this is an idea that's already been done. I'm leaving the annotation, that way you can find out for yourself. But I'm going to be doing it in my own way. So let's get started. The Walten Files versus Dr. Nowhere, or as I like to call it, how to do 2D animation in analog horror right. As one wise old fart once said, sometimes we gotta look into the past to understand the present. So, we're going to be looking at the 1986 Haunted Castle. This is called Le Manoir du Diable, also known as The House of the Devil. This was the first ever animated movie that used 2D animation in real life as well. Alright, I know what you're thinking. Dio, this looks like crap! But for its time, it wasn't. People got so scared of this movie that they actually thought that the water that was coming out of the cauldron was going to splash on them. See, look at this like as if it's a 3D movie of our time, and you'll exactly understand just how much of an amazing feat this movie actually was, especially for 1896. See, the magic of this movie is lost on us nowadays, because we can't jump cut anywhere we want. My beautiful D's and V's, the first ever jump scare. Now, I know what you're thinking. The first ever jump scare? Yes. It is a jump scare that's not for the audience. In a way, it is for the audience, but it's more for the character himself. See, he went to go and look for this bench or something, and as soon as he picked it up, it vanished. And so he's like, well, what the hell? Then he found the bench. Then he goes to sit down, and then a skeleton appears. Whoa! It truly was revolutionary for its time. But there's a reason why I've been talking about this so much. And it's because if it wasn't for this beautiful, beautiful movie, we wouldn't have the Walten Files or Dr. Nowhere. As well as other analog horrors while we're at it. But I want to focus on those two for now.
Oh, that's it! Hey, hip hooray, the sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray, the sun has got his hat on and he's coming out today.
That dog in the window.
I do hope that dog
Bond, Shaw, Buzu and Banny, a computer anim and Felix Kranken, our beloved found.
Little Bond, Shaw, Buzu and Billy.
Let's track again. Old Funny Smiles facilities.
Now we can get into some real shit. Walten File number 1. No, I will not be doing the entire story. I could do that for another video if you guys like this one. Yeah. Algorithm and all that. This is more about the animation and its ambience. Holy shit. What a beginning to a series. To keep myself consistent and everything, I went to go and grab a blanket, that way I could put it on here, and this one looks really nice, and so from now on, this is what's going to be on the couch. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Back to the video. The world building in this first part of the Walten files is so interesting, since it feels as though we fell into another dimension that uses pop-up book style to tell its story. And the ambience is perfect, as the audio literally feels like we are looking into a commercial from a restaurant in the 1970s to 80s, since it uses VCR effects and lowered audio equipment to keep this interesting world immersive as possible. I'm gonna die in this thing, I just know it. At the beginning, we see Bunny Smiles Incorporated's introductory tape for the technical support and maintenance, which then shows the restaurant and the introduction to Bozo the Clown, Bon, Shaw, and Banny. The animation is terrifying. I mean, just look at them! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! The computer band made team is on the same level as Chuck E. Cheese. You know, if they became bloodthirsty animatronics that were hellbent on killing children. We then see our job as the facility caretaker, which gives us 3 things to do. 1, cleaning protocols. 2, robot maintenance and repair. And 3, using BSI technology. All of which is shown through this exquisite, beautiful 2D animation. We then see 2 people in a Monty Python style, Walten and Felix. The video then informs us that these 2 are the owners of the Bon's restaurant. We then find out that this restaurant has a storage facility that looks pretty close to the vault in the Fallout video game series. Which, if your storage facility looks like a freaking bomb shelter for a restaurant of all places, I definitely think it's time for you to look for a new job at that point, because they ain't paying you enough to work there. The video begins distorting as we see our first indication that something is wrong as we hear this in reverse. At first, I couldn't get a lick of it, but thanks to the all-great knowing editor, this is what it said.
We finally start to remember. That's all ball. They will be back for you soon. Safely.
As we keep moving forward, keep that name in the back of your mind. We then see another company called Sunlight Animation, and now the series is just freaking showing off, as this literally feels like a pop-up book type story. It's made in 1974, and it was called Little Bon's Neighborhood, Bon's Sleepover, written by Sarah Evelyn. And this time I'm going to let the video play for itself.
It's a brand new day in Little Bon's neighborhood, and a really special one for sure. Little Bon has been waiting all day for his friends to arrive. He is planning to have a sleepover with them. He has everything set up for the perfect movie night with his friends. For this sleepover, he invited Shah, Boozoo, and Billy. Let's check again in case we don't forget any guests. Bon invited Shah, Bozu, and oh, that must be them. Now that everyone has arrived, I suppose it's time for the movie night to begin. Bon spent all his money on a really funny movie, which he hopes all of his friends will enjoy and will laugh with Little Bon. And friends watched the movie. I guess we can say they had a blast of a time.
Once the night dropped, they all ate.
Okay, let's unpack. We start at Bond's house, where he will have a sleepover with Shaw, Boza, and Benny. Bond goes over it again, only this time instead of Benny, we have a man's face on the screen. The video then distorts once more. It then shows a fist knocking on the door. It's Bond's friends! And no joke, I jumped out of my skin the first time that I saw Bond's eyes looking through the mail slot. We then see Bond with the VHS tape, but on the cover was the same face as that man from before. As they're watching their movie, we can see a bottle of pills for a girl named Sophie, and on the screen is the words, "Let me out of here." And then Shaw, Boza, and Benny are all going to sleep. And no joke, whenever it panned over to Bond with his eye mask, all I could think of was, I want a freaking plushie of him like that. Bond then hears a voice coming from the downstairs. He gets up and checks what the sound might be. He gets to the TV, and now we see who the man that's been showing up throughout this entire episode. It's Mr. Walten, but he's missing. He was last seen on 06/11/1974. Bond sees a lighter on the ground and starts messing with it, trying to keep it lit. On his last flick, we can see Bond changed into a girl, with Sophie on her hat, and a hulking behemoth of a creature behind her. This entire sequence was freaking amazing. From the world building to where we got to find out about the ominous character that's been inside the VHS tapes, turns out it was Mr. Walten, and he's still missing. Since 1974. And even crazier is that we got to see more about Sophie. Figure out why on earth is she trying to remember something. Well, it turns out she might be taking some pills. I'm just saying. Pretty interesting. And then we got to see a hulking behemoth of a monster at the end. All in 2D animation. Amazing. Just amazing. It ain't even over yet. We still have a little bit more to go. So, let's get back to it.
Stay. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So, this is the brand new caretaker for the old On These Smiles facility. I'm recording this because the company requires some type of archives for the work history, something like that. I honestly have no clue because I started working here. Actually, I'm going there right now. But they gave me this weird location. There's somewhere in a forest, I think, to work at. And I've been driving for 20 minutes, and I can't find the place. I made it to the location, I think. It's gotta be it. Anyway, so Chris told me this place hasn't been working since about 78, 79, somewhere around then, and that was 4 years ago, I think. So chances are it's gonna smell horrendous.
Yeah. The leftovers.
What was that thing?
As the episode Super Sleepover ends, the TV then changes to someone driving with a male voice talking about a new caretaker for the restaurant's storage facility. The manly voice then states that the location of the storage facility he got was weird, saying it's in a forest he thinks. He came to that conclusion as he's been driving for 20 minutes in the same direction. Fast forward, and the new caretaker finds the location. He then gets out his flashlight and begins to read storage facility K9. The driver then tells us about the informant's name is Chris. Chris informs the driver that the place hasn't been working since 78 or 79, which he informs us that it was 4 years ago, giving us an estimated timeline of 1983 or 1984 when this footage we are seeing was made. He then tells us that Chris let him know that the smell will be horrendous. The new caretaker walks into the storage facility, finding 3 pictures in a diner setting, which is why it felt kind of weird for a storage facility to have. The first picture shows a man in a purple suit. The second picture shows 2 kids, 1 boy and 1 girl, and the third shows what looks like a company meeting with 7 people all together. The new caretaker continues his expedition. He then tells us that he found this thing being a terrifying Bond animatronic. That looks like blood is on its chest. I want to give it the benefit of a doubt that it's rust, but knowing how this series is, probably not. The new caretaker finally tells us why he's here. That being that there's a relocating project of the horrifying animatronics. He then starts cracking his jokes, like he's in a comedy special, saying things like, "Oh, he has a pretty face." The new caretaker gets to work, and uses a remote to get the animatronic's mouth to move and his body to twitch. His arm to the left, but as soon as the new caretaker tries to move the animatronic's right arm, Bond starts moving and talking on his own. We then get one of the best jump scares throughout the whole Walten Files 1, where we see Bond animatronic looking face to face with us. First he has no eyes, next eyes appear, and then the last is the oil coming down his face. We then see the new caretaker in distress, exclaiming, "What was that thing?" As we see 2 eyes piercing the veil of darkness, as the new caretaker turns on his flashlight, showing us a bloody, horrifying Bond, jittering, holding his hand to his face. As the visual starts glitching, we start seeing an image of a 3D modeled face. And I know, you guys want to know what that is, but you'll have to wait till another day. But for now, it's pretty creepy. As the 3D model stops shifting, we see a mangled, bloodied face with what looks like an unhinged jaw and mismatched eyes. We then see text giving a haunting message, "I can't feel anything." It then continues, "He thought I was her." We then see who the new caretaker's name was, Brian Stells. We then ended on a visual of Mr. Walten himself. I think it goes without saying, but Walten Files 1 is such a good freaking introduction to the series. Amazing. Love the art style. I love how it literally looks like an actual 1980s freaking commercial. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Video out. Wait. Huh? Oh, shit, I forgot about Toe. See you guys in the next segment. Okay, let's get into Toe. Now, there's not a lot to Toe yet, because Dr. Nowhere has just started making this guy, and so the series is still continuing on, but mwah! Exquisite fucking horror. What an amazing character that you made, my friend. Give Dr. Nowhere a round of an applause, because wow. I've never been more terrified in an analog horror than with your Toe character. We start the series off with a pitch black scribble like in the Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. You know, if it became sentient and had taken the face of someone else. The creature starts banging on a screen, cracking it. Oh! We starting on some real shit here now, holy crap! We then hear the most mentally stable guy to ever casually talk and chat with the fucking eldritch monster ever. Like, this guy feels like he was literally checking out of humanity, basically on his way out already. With this nonchalant hello that the creature we call Toe repeats back to him is like, is that it? That's all you gotta say? The whole male voice then says, what do you want? Twice, with the energy like he woke up from a nap.
Please go away.
What? You're telling me that the creature is banging on your freaking TV, and the only thing that you could say is,
Please go away.
Unsurprisingly, the creature doesn't take heed of this guy's kind gesture, and instead breaks out of the TV and into this supernaturally calm guy's house. And now you're telling me that this really calm guy who just said,
Please go away,
is now scared of this creature because it's actually in his house. Okay. Sure, we'll go with that. He was already on his way out, and then we get the biggest twist in the whole video. It was a comedy act, guys! TOE still got his victim in the end, as the screen tells us that the body appeared untouched, as we hear a laugh track playing, like it's freaking Seinfeld. And now for the last video so far in the Toe saga, making friends. We start the video off with what looks like someone reading a storybook. It reads, "Time to rise and shine. Good children are up bright and early. Good children play pretend as we see toys of what looks like something that you would find at a doctor's office. Then we see a picture of what looks like a bird and a bowler hat potato near a plate of food. We then see the bird near that said table of food. It then reads, "Good children, do not play with their food until it's all gone." It then flashes what looks like toe behind a glass window. It then says, "Good children, make friends," as the potato kid is near what looks like a TV drawn by a toddler or by me. We then see a heart attached to the same wallpaper since the beginning of Toe. And yes, it was also used in the nursery rhyme as well. I didn't forget. It seems to me as if the old-timey wallpaper and the TV are a very important key factor into the series. Let's keep that in mind while we keep going. We then go to a website called Pen Palace with 3 names on the screen. Dominique9999, Eli Wings, and Bowers Corner 4, baby!
Now listen! That's called motherfucking
All caps when you say his fucking name! Should have picked Bowser Carter 4, buddy. We see the user going into a conversation with Dominique999. We start with Dom saying hello and telling Dom he thought he was dead or something. And when the user states, "We have been online friends for a while now," Dom gave a creepy indication that something is wrong by saying, "Yes. Best friends." A very reasonable response. "Hey look, it's none of my business, but it feels like you've been acting really distant lately. You've been going through something? If so, I'm here and you can talk to me." Okay. Like I said, it's none of my beeswax, and you don't have to say nothing. But do you need some? Face, call me please. Video call? It's almost 1 a.m. where I am, man. Whack time zones, remember? Please, now. At this time, you're just being too nice, bro. I would have given up on this guy already. Seriously, are you good? Like I said, I'm here if you want to talk. I know you started the new school recently, and it was whack. Okay, yes, talk. Hey, no, seriously, I can't. Really sorry, but tomorrow, okay? Are you serious? Are you serious? Dr. Nowhere, you need better humans. These are not actual humans. There is no way in hell someone is this gullible. Again, I really do love your series, though. Please, let me friend. Seriously, are you alright, Dom? Whoa. Okay. Not cool, man. What the heck? Okay. Just be quiet as possible. Like whisper. Yes. My mom's a light sleeper, remember? Help, please. Nah, though, I swear, if this is a weird heckin' prank, hated those. They were never fun. You know, I'm starting to understand why they're all friends. If all of them are literally so desensitized that they would go,
"Please go away,"
to, okay, man, alright, I'll do it. We then see Toe twitching, his body twitching uncontrollably. It then ends with a heart on a wall, which I believe might be the user that we have been seeing throughout the entire deal as the one who was typing. It then ends with the heart telling us that it makes no sense. We then see also everything inside was gone, as well as another segment from Oh, That Toe of Mine. And there we have it. Both segments done. The Walten Files 1 and Toe. But we're not done here yet. Oh no. We still have the Versus segment, and I'ma definitely need my glasses for this. Okay, let's start off with the rating system. 1-3 equals bad. 2 3s equal good. 3 3 3 Mwah! Perfecto! And now that I finally talked about the rating system, let's get into it. First off, is Walten Files 1. I love the world building in this. Sad part is that I can barely hear what's going on in the audio. And I think that goes with the territory of it being a 1970s commercial. But, nonetheless, it's really good. I give it 2 3s. And now for Dr. Nowhere's Toe series. I give the world building throughout the whole thing, it's a complicated 2 out of 3. The reason why I'm saying that it's complicated is because his series is still ongoing. Now that we got the world building out of the way, it's time for... And now it's time for the creature design and the animation. I give it 2 3s to a 3-3-3. I need a better rating system. Dr. Nowhere. His animations are amazing. The creatures are freaking terrifying. The reason why I gave Walten its 2 3s to a 3-3-3 is because it was very stiff. I didn't like the animation as much. But Dr. Nowhere's is fluent. It is the most terrifying shit I've ever seen that has ever graced my screen. And so that's why I give Dr. Nowhere's animation and creatures the 3-3-3. Alright, time for the last one. Editor, do your thing.
Brand new caretaker.
Hello.
Yo, man, what's up? Dr. Nowhere. Dude. This is where you guys dropped the ball. Just a little bit. I'm not trying to hate on you guys. But you're humans, and the believability, it deserves a 3. Just 1. I'm sorry. I've never heard a character that would say, please go away. Much like your amazing guy and stares at the TV. The one that says hello. All of these things that I've never heard a human being do. I'm hoping that might be a vaudeville act. I'm hoping that's what you're trying to do, is that you're just making these humans for comedy. Because damn, you guys made some pretty damn good comedy with them. I'm not gonna lie. But if you're trying to make them real and make them feel like as if they're humans and that that they're characters and all these other things, you guys need to rewrite them. I'm just saying. They all just feel too fake for me. I'm sorry for giving you the 3. I know that means that it's bad, but you guys are just starting. I know that in the future, you guys can knock it out of the park. So wait a minute. Who won? Well, I'm gonna leave that for the comments section. You guys let me know which segment won the first round. Walten Files 1 or Toe? Remember, I'll be watching. I want to give a huge shout out to my favorite man, Blood Demon Guy, for giving me that banger of a song for my Versus segment. And my wonderful, beautiful mod, Ezekiel, for helping me out during my streams. I love you all, you beautiful D's and V's. And as always, Dio, out.